Hello there. I'm the Dimmet, nice guy. And this is my pretend radio program. And I welcome you, and I'm glad that you have stopped by to visit with an old man who could be your grandfather, if you never had an old grandfather, especially one that was senile and just a little off the mark, because it brings laughter and joy to the family. We should all try to bring laughter and joy to everybody. I'm a little bit like an old airplane, one that fought in the Vietnam War, one that helped save lives and did marvelous acts and was put away in an old hangar somewhere south of wherever, forgotten. And then one day some people came by and they very carefully looked at that old airplane and they said, "I think it could fly again, Sam. Let's get some mechanics here." In this case, you're the mechanics, I'm the old airplane. Well, you would test the wings to see if the wings work still and make sure that their structure was sound. You would check the engine to make sure the engine was running, because it's always best. I'm a pilot, I know. It's always best to have an engine that runs. They can be very distressful when they don't do that. They actually can cause damage, particularly in parking lots, but let's not go to that. After they've checked everything and oiled things and tightened things up, they will take the airplane and make sure the engine runs. And then they will carefully run it out to the end of the runway. And they check things. They do what's called a Preflight. And they say, "Okay, airplane should fly. Do we both know how to fly?" "Yes, we do." Then they move it forward. And they test the brakes. They run the ailerons up and down. They push the rudder pedals and they see that everything is working. And then they leap off the runway into the sky, thinking of that poem, which I forgot. Something about the wild blue yonder. It would take up too much time if I would have remembered it. So we won't quote that for you now. It is a matter of testing, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. In fact, I'm pretending that I'm in a radio studio and I'm doing radio, and I feel that you who watch are the producer. So I'm open to comments and things that you have to offer. I, for example, am not able to quite figure out if the laptop has all these notes. For some reason, the laptop, it's not letting me read the replies. So I've got to figure out how to do that, and I will. I did catch one that I really thought I should comment on, and that was about the theme song. It's very true, and I have had a theme song done by the Baltimore and Ohio Marching Band many years ago, and I've used it on almost each broadcast, both television and radio, for close to 40-some years. It's on a cart, and a cart is different than a cassette, and it looks a lot like an 8-track, but in reality it is not an 8-track. It runs at a different speed, and it goes in a thing called a cart machine. I have 2 of those, and I'm sure one of them would work, though it's almost as old as I am. But I have to arrange things here in the radio room to put those things in, and I'm going to try to do it. I've been rebuilding pens. For some reason, fountain pens. Yes, it's because when I was young, we used fountain pens a lot, but we don't today. And I have a what would we call it? A fetish for fountain pens. I have never seen a fountain pen, I think I've told you this before, that I did not like. And I buy them all. I bought one, but the cartridges didn't quite fit. But I worked and bought from Amazon a cartridge pen refiller kit. I said, this will refill any cartridge. So I diligently filled the cartridge. I put it in a very nice pen. I mean, this was with a gold tip. Wow, that's an expensive pen, my friend. Lo and behold, last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I had put this pen in the bedroom. And I wanted it there, so if I got some inspiration in the middle of the night, I could put it in the big book, which I use to write down things that I want to use on the show, topics, things like that. But my cartridge that I had filled had somehow came disconnected from the front nib compartment and turned my hands totally black. It was indelible ink, an indelible mistake. So I panicked quickly and knocked over the lamp. That knocks over a bunch of other stuff on the table, and man, I was up, and I had a project to work on at 3:30 in the morning. I'll be more careful next time I try to repair a fountain pen. And Demet is not going to be operating a fountain pen repair service on the internet. Count that to be truth. And I was thinking, because of yesterday, I went out, can you believe this, on my front porch. And here I found a roll of toilet paper. Do you know how much in supply there is? It's vanishing from the shelf. People are getting $30 or $40 a roll. I tend to exaggerate, but it makes some more drama. And I said, I could have tripped over that. What kind of a lunatic would put toilet paper on my front porch? I thought I would try to hex them. But as a Christian, I can't do that because of that flaming angel of truth with his fiery sword. He is mean. I don't know if he's commissioned to wave that sword around or is just a figment of my meager imagination. It's possible. When I picked it up on the back, I will try to read it for you. If you need anything or just want to hear a human voice, I would like to hear a human subscriber. Calm down, Jerry. Give us a call, and it gives me their phone number, or hop on down for a visit at 6 feet. That was so nice of them. I say thank you, neighbors, and thank you, God, for having such good Christian neighbors. So that was the first thing. And then on CNN, yes, I watch a liberal news service. I know some of you, like my cousin, are thinking, there he goes again. Blast it. Everything has to be right-wing, Nazi-approved. Dang. But no, I do watch a liberal network, and I do not consider it false news. But what my cousin watches, that is false news. I mean, I think I mentioned that Rush Limbaugh. I'm not going there again today. However, CNN had a story of a man who was pushing a cart, and he was pushing it through a crowd of people. I assume they were Trump supporters and were all trying to commit suicide, one of those mass suicide things, because of the virus and the danger. Doesn't bother the people at the automobile show down the street. They're all out there waiting to see a car. I mentioned that yesterday, didn't I? No, it was today. I have no idea. I lose track of time. Blasted. Anyway, this man is pushing a cart through the crowd, and there's a sign on the cart. And it says, if you have the money and you're able, please donate. And then below it another sign that said, if you have need, reach in and take what you need. No operating costs at all on that card. God bless that person. So there's a lot of good happening. a lot of bad. We have tornadoes and floods and things like that. Bridges falling down. I don't know if any bridges fall down, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Anyway, I want any suggestions that you might make. One person said that I look too unstable when I do the side talking. That worked on the radio. Perhaps I'm too unstable to be using that. I really don't side talk like that in my head. Well, a little bit. I'm doing it now, I think. Anyway, this is my thought today, just to ask you to be the producer, make suggestions, and if you can, and you want to be nice, it is Easter time, you should be nice. I would appreciate if you would subscribe. And I promise that I will try to be a good influence on your life. And as St. Francis would say, peace and good. And be careful, Jerry won't hurt you. He is not dangerous. And one final thought. When Penn and Tungalike are free, safe from foe, sans democracy and Trump, I hope you shove that down your golf cart.